would you aim? Go and place it on the green where you would aim to hit this putt. You go and place it wherever you think you would aim. I don't want to lead you anyway. Now mate, go and place your marker where you would aim for that putt. So we're rooting a putt now. We're talking about rooting the greens.
Just cut from, say, this side.
Go and place it where you think you'd aim. Okay, go and lay it down. Okay, so what I've got here, I've got a true roller. So this is just an aluminium device I can roll the ball down. Now the numbers signify where I roll it from, so that talks about the speed. Yep. And what we're going to do is going to try and get the golf ball in the hole from that position to see how good your read is. Before we do that, stay where you are. We're going to establish something, just so there's no trickery. I've got 3 top line green balls, and I'm not going to name them because I've got the video on. We don't want to be biased to anyone or detrimental to anyone, so you can actually see they're exactly the same numbers, exactly the same brands. Okay, and I'm going to roll these 3 down to find out how we go with the aim. Alright? So, first thing we've got to establish is speed. So what I'm going to start off with on my scale, it's from 4, 14, let's say at 9. So that speed wasn't too bad, but what would I do to make it get closer to the hole? Would I roll it faster? Because if I roll it faster, let's go from 14, it stayed straighter, but look where it's gone. Okay, it's gone so far past. So let's try this again. So what was the first number I used? 9. So let's go from 9 and let's go a little bit more to the left. That's no good either. So what am I going to do? Faster or more left? So that was 9, so let's go 10. Very good. So let's take the flag out for a second. Now there is a holding speed. If you hit the ball too fast, it's going to go too far past. So John was perfectly correct there. We did it at 10, but on the putting green we're not allowed to have the flag in. Hey, that ball missed. Look how far past it's gone. Yep. So what we've found is that a ball that's travelling fast enough to go 17 inches past is going at holding speed. They found that only 84% of the balls went in. I'll explain that why in a moment. So what I would do, I wouldn't hit it harder, I'd go a little higher. Now this putt's probably 18 feet. So let's go a little higher at 9. That's a better putt. So if I miss it, I want to be there. Very good. So why don't we go a little slower? Let's go 8. Not a bad putt though. It's not going to go in, is it? Let's go at 9 again. Gee, we're close, Jeffrey.
That's pretty good. Did you work that out for the video? Get it that close?
Get it that close.
Can take him an hour sometimes.
That's why the class is 3 hours long. So let's go a little straighter at 9. Ooh, that's close, isn't it? Let's go up 9 again. Now, hang on. One went to the high side, one went to the low side. What? Let's go 9 again. That was the high side, but it didn't hit the hole, did it? So what's going on there? And they're all the same golf balls. So we've got 3 golf balls Did you do something a little different each of them, didn't you? Yeah, so let's go from 9 again. Actually, we probably need to go a little straighter, don't we? Just a tad. Let's go from 9 again. Geez, you thought putting was hard. How hard's this? Ah, okay, 9. That didn't go in the middle of the hole though, did it? Ooh, they're a bit different though, weren't they? So one went in the middle, one went in the left side, one went in the rimmed it. Okay, but they all went in, which is good. Okay. The problem you've got, because golf balls are mass produced, they're not perfectly. They have a balance, they have a bias. And this is a machine that actually measures to see how perfectly round the ball is. Now you might think that, well, you've just seen the facts. The facts are that those 3 golf balls didn't do exactly the same thing. Okay, so if I actually find this little machine which will spin the ball, okay, I've got a little black texture mark here. We'll get it up to speed for you. Now we'll mark the ball. Now if this ball is perfectly round or perfectly balanced, the line would go all the way around the same colour. Can you identify that? See if it's gone around the same, exactly the same all the way around? It hasn't, has it? Now you're going to pay about $10 a ball for this ball, so it's one of the most popular golf balls on the marketplace. But nothing's perfect. It's not a perfect world. So what's one ingredient we need in putting? We need to know how to aim. We need to know how to get the right speed. We also need a 4-letter word called luck. Okay? People leave that one out. The more I practice, the luckier I get. Okay. Is that going around perfectly the same all the time? Close. It's close, isn't it?
Oh, you've done that already.
But it's not, is it? No. It's a bit out. It's a bit out.
And you know, over the years, it's always been a bit of a common thing anyway, that the players have always either had their balls set a certain way, or they have sorted through the golf balls to use a certain characteristic in their ball. You know, whether it be, you know, in the old days when they used to paint them, they used to go through and actually, some of them would go and pick the ones that had less paint in them. You know. They weren't using them because they looked pretty, they were using them because they did what they wanted them to do.
So to get that ball in the hole, come and have a look and see what your reads are like. So you both chose these here at the right speed. That was the direction I had to aim my putt to get it in the hole. Now, the problem with going too straight is that your ball is going to roll further down the hill. So as your ball loses speed, gravity takes over. So your putts could finish way over here. Now if I miss, I want it to finish inside a metre, as we discussed in our little practice drill. So you guys need to aim higher with your putts. Now if you doubled your read, it would be better. So if you said, okay, well I'm going to double that read, and the best way to do this is choose your spot, then double it on breaking putts. Obviously, if I'm this far away, I can hit my ball a little firmer to get it in the hole and just keep it straight. But when I've got a breaking putt, and this is a great example, probably 3 metres, 4 metres, actually 6 metres, sorry, you can actually see the break in the putt. So how many times are you going to 3 putts the way you're going?
And I think it's important to realise too, guys, one of those putts when we took it from 12 and from 9, and John said we'll go a little harder, it actually did go over the markers and went in. So you can go straighter. The problem with straighter and firmer is if you miss it, that putt also nearly hit me on the foot 10 or 12 feet past the hole. So your speed is a crucial element of how the green breaks. Very important.
Just remember, it's not a game of perfect, because we found that 3 golf balls, exactly the same brands, exactly the same numbers out of the same packet, do something different, don't they? Okay, so, well, you usually blame the greenkeeper, and now you can actually blame the golfer, but you can keep that in mind when someone's actually teaching you something, that it's not a perfect world. There's a lot of, we do things differently because we're all different. There's 1,000 ways to play golf. At the end of the day, if I practice a little bit, I can make it myself luckier, okay? And if I take this into account, I can actually hit the ball a little higher up the hill, okay? So I can hit it a bit firmer, because the higher I hit it, the firmer I can hit it, it's going more up the hill. And as it loses speed, it's running down to the hole. Now, you would never have aimed in that situation.
Yeah, that would be more than double. That'd be nearly triple your read. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That high, not without at least having at least one practice.
Yeah.
I probably could have gone probably to where the markets are, probably a little bit more to the left, a little bit that greyish spot there. Yeah, but not out to that second grey spot out there.
So here's some characteristics. We talked about who was linear and who was path. And linear people tend to use a straight line, where path tend to use a curve. Now, John would read the putt from behind the ball, and probably where Jeff's standing over there. As a path person, I'll come to the low point. I can actually see, and you come over here, Paul, I can actually see there's more break here than what I can from back there. Can you see that? So you can see that there's a lot more break here than what you originally thought. So I'll read the putt from here. John, being linear, will read the putt from there and over there. Okay? So we've got to find out who's who in the zoo. We all see the things differently. We've got to find out what you are and what you need to do. All right? Thanks very much. We'll see you at one of our golf schools.